Hi everybody, it's the boy. Welcome back to the channel. It's the boy King CJ. I've been gone for a while. I know, but a new game had came out that I have really been enjoying, and I feel like that this is probably one of the perfect games to do content on. Kind of the same way I felt about the other game that I wanted to cover on the channel. Just too much stuff happened, but man, listen here, man. A new game that came out just out of nowhere. It was called Legends of Neverland, right? Yes, man. And dude, let me tell you something. I first played this game, and I thought to myself, this game looks sketchy. Um, I was like, I'm gonna still give it a chance though, right? Because I always love to give games a chance, especially if they are MMO. And boy, I'm happy that I did, bro. This is one of the biggest pleasant surprises of 2022, especially when it comes to mobile gaming for sure. So I've been playing this game for a week. I am not a free-to-play player. I'm gonna get into depth to show you guys why I'm not, but one big aspect I will say about this game is I think that it is 100% free to play, free to enjoy, if you even want to say that. Like, these are one of these games where you can come in and you can do everything as a free to play player and not feel like you're totally left behind. I also think the biggest positive factor to this game is it's low spending, low spending friendly, if that makes sense. There's a lot of games out here that are like free to play friendly, well friendly, but then like as a low player, like a low spender player, it's like if you spend low, you're not gonna have a gap on the free to play. But if you spend low, you're like still gonna get absolutely demolished by the whales, which most of those games tend to not last very long because you want to capture that low spender. And in this game, I can comfortably say if you are a low spender, you're going to feel that gap between you and the free-to-play player, if that makes sense. And when you are a low spender, it's not going to feel like you go against a whale and they're just going to be able to one-tap you. A lot of things in this game, I don't know if it's scaling. I don't know if it's the way people are building at this moment, but there are hardly ever one-shot moments. And, man, I love that about this game. So let's get into it, man. Now, the way that this game is set up, it has 4 different characters. You got your engineers, if you want to call them, your mages, which would be the scholars. Then you got your swordsmen, which would be your gladiators. And then you got your archers. We all know what the archers are, just the bow. And the way that this game's set up, you have those 4 characters, and those 4 characters have a subclass to them. They only have 2 subclasses. For example, I am a scholar, aka a mage. There are 2 subsections that you could go. You can either go judge, which would basically be the damage route, or you can go holy sacrifice, which would be, the aka the healing route. As you guys can see, it has the healing hand right there, and such of those things. And what it does is, as soon as you come here and you open this, it opens up 2 brand new skills. You see, I didn't go the healing route, so these 2 over here are locked off. And that's basically how most of that goes. Now, I will make more videos on that, elaborate, but today I just want to give you guys the overview and just a review of what I've been playing in this game. Now, the big thing in this game, because it's a mobile game, every mobile game has a gacha, right? If it wants to survive, unless if it's like a PC port. But this right here is its own original IP. They don't have to answer to anyone, so this is basically just them taking it to the limits, just taking it to the sky, if you will. So we have these things in the game that are called fairies. Yes, these are the gacha. These are kind of like the little companions that you have on the side. Let me show you guys some. Let me turn it on. These things are like they can be OP busted. They can make your build, and if you don't have the right ones, it can be pretty ugly. But I love their animations, right? So let's see this. See, you got the Naruto. Look at that, man. She had to throw that hand signal on them. And then you also got these little ones over here. We call them the twins because they are twins. And I just love the way that their music looks when you pop them off like that. They got the dancing and everything going on. I feel like these things right here they definitely took care with these, right? They put effort into these animations, even though it can ruin the experience of the game. And maybe if you're going through the tutorial, recommend probably throwing these animations on just for the lows of it. But yes, these things are pretty broken, and they can make your character and they can break your character at the same time. So that's how these things work. But I can 100% say the drop rates in this game are ridiculous. I don't know if maybe it's me and my luck or something like that, but man, let me tell you something, man. I feel like these are one of these games where you play and you pull and you're more shocked that you didn't get anything versus shocked that you did get something. Like, you're going to be shocked that you get something because, right, it's SS, it's SSR, it's a rare character. You want that dopamine, right? But at the same time, when you're pulling these, you're just always going to expect something to drop. I don't know why. I don't know if these drop rates are broken. Maybe it's just new players in me, and maybe they're just boosting it to get new players in, and then they're going to drop it. Who knows what it is, man? But these pools are absolutely ridiculous. I think I finally just cracked spending $100 not too long ago, and my fairy roster is absolutely ridiculous. Let me move myself right here. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, my fairies are absolutely ridiculous, man. And I will break down the systems and how these work in a later video. But yeah, these games drop rates is freaking fantastic, man. Let's go over to some more positives, man. The skins. I love the skins in the game. I think the skins in the games are fantastic. Now, it's not like you can mix and match in this game, and it's not like, oh, it's 100%. You can customize your own character kind of thing. But I think the skins that they give us off the rip are actually good as itself. As you can see, my boy over here got the chest. He's swagged. He is swagged out. And in this outfit right here, it's even better for the female counterparts. Let me see if I have any of my Alliance members on right now, because I know a couple of them do have it. Let's pop this open. Okay. So it looks like the game does not want to load anything. Oh, there we go. Let's see. I think she has it, right? Does she have it? No, she has the freaking other freaking outfit. There's more. There's like just so many outfits in here, man. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Let's see if does she switch it. No, look at that, dude. Look at that. Look at the outfit on him, like this is so, this shit is so swaggy, bro. It's so swaggy. I don't want to cuss because this is a review, but man, I love the way that this game looks. I love the way that it feels. I just feel like they did a very good job with this game. I'm 808K. Didn't really spend that much money. A lot of you guys know my other content creator buddy from another game that I did, Kyger. Kyger jumped in days late, I believe. He jumped in like a couple days late, man, and he's came in here and he's like really like just grinded his butt off, and I don't know where he is on the leaderboard. Here he goes, right here. He's right here on the leaderboard, and he came some days later. Now, he did spend a couple more dollars more than me, but at the same time, this puts into perspective when I say this is like low spending, player friendly. Like, he came in here and he's already 27th. He gets his kills done. And Kygers is one of those perfect examples of showing like how friendly this game can be with the drop rates and things of that nature. Now, let's also talk about some content they do have in the game. I think content is also a big positive in this game. We have multiple things to do. We have basically, this is like our mini raid boss, if you want to say. Each day you get 3 of these per boss, right? So I'm at level 110. I can run this 110 boss 3 times to get the rewards, and I have another 3 tickets to just mess about to go fight another one. Most of these fights, they're pretty fun. They don't, well, for me, they don't last very long, but I can tell you this: if you are close to that recommended CP or under that recommended CP, these fights are disgusting. These fights are really disgusting, dude. They're no joke. They probably one shot you or close to about. So I would say on a difficulty front, man, if you are not going hard in this game, yeah, I think the difficulty is 100% there. So watch out, watch yourself. Now, just like every else other MMO, we have an actual world boss, and the great thing about this world boss is it's not like other games where you kill the world boss, right? And then it has like this long cooldown time. And then on top of that, it doesn't even show you the time of when it's coming off, right? In this game, they pop up the world boss. You have extended amount of time to kill it. Once you kill it, now you can see the time down there, so you can always keep it in the back of your mind of when these world bosses are coming. There are two parts of these world bosses. We have the normal mode. This is the mode where everybody goes in and they basically fight this world boss. This world boss actually has more HP from what I'm understanding, because that's what it feels like when I do them both. I feel like this one has the more HP because it's the PvE boss, basically. So this one has the most HP. You get you and your friends at the server, whoever, you knock them down. And then you have this mode. This mode is very chaotic. This is basically you, your group of friends versus the boss, but also versus someone else in their group of friends. So it's basically like PvP world boss, if that makes sense. And this is mainly where you do want to stick with if you want the some very nice rewards. I'll tell you that. For some reason, you line them both up. You wonder to yourself, why go through the effort to do PvP when the rewards look the same? I don't know what it is, but I feel like the drop rates on this world boss in the Misima section, it just feels like the drop rates are much better. And honestly, I would highly recommend you guys to always go in there with friends. It's a very social game too as well. Don't knock that. The guild chats. They also have guild events. We're going to get to those because a lot of games are pretty lacking in the guild department. This game is not. This right here is basically like your infinite tower. 100% could say this one is low-key easy to rank in. And you're going to get these feathers right here. And the feathers are pretty nice, I will say. This is kind of one of the cosmetic departments I was telling you guys. It's fantastic. It doesn't stop there because there's also another one that's kind of like that one. This one is a little bit more competitive, but this one you get gold wings, and I love the way that the gold wings do look in this game. So, a big positive for that one. I think all the game modes in this game is very entertaining to do on a daily basis. You can also auto farm. The auto farm in here is actually useful. When you auto farm overnight, you come back with like so much gold. It's actually ridiculous. Now, would I do it? No, but for the people out there that do want to do it, especially the free-to-plays, you have something. And there you go. Let's go over to the last positive I want to talk about this game. There's plenty more positives, but I'll be here forever. The one big positive I do have for this game is I think the guilds in this game. Now, I wish we had a base, right? Maybe have some little more interactions, but man, I think at least as far as the guild events in this game, I feel like they knocked it out of the park as far as the activities you do. The biggest unique thing that I know about that I've seen when it came to some guild things is this bath time. Now, what this bath time does is you go in, everybody sits around, you basically just fraternize a little bit, and you just basically just gaining XP as an alliance together. So what do? We have a quiz time, and what that quiz time does is basically questions you on your alliance mate. Who is the leader? Who is the director? Who gets paid the most? Who just joined? Who has the most contribution? Things like that. And I think that's like top tier interaction. Like, there are some games out there who tries to force interaction with alliance, and it just feels so like they're just forcing you to talk, if that makes sense. And it's not in a creative way. It just throws something out there to you and then just be like, hey, yeah, you gotta talk to get through this, when in reality you really don't gotta talk. You just need a couple big spinners and you can blow past it. Next up, this is the Gloomy Realm. Now, how you do this is you got different floors and you want to take 4 people in because there's a pressure system. Again, I will break most of these game modes down in their own videos, but just for now, it's basically like you got to get through all these floors and then you get to the final challenge, and the final challenge is basically like just one big boss. You got to go in, fight them constantly over and over, and there are rankings for this if this shows up. As you can see, my alliance is number 1 and it's pretty nuts. So yeah, let's also keep it moving to more guildy things. The next one we have up is Guild Wars. As you know, there's no Guild Wars. This is basically you fight your guild, they fight your guilds. It's kind of like a capture the flag kind of thing. No, it's more like a domination thing in Call of Duty if you ever played it, where you gotta like stand in the flag and make sure it captures. But on this one, you gotta like go to the crystals and you gotta kill the crystals. They gotta beat up the crystals to collect them. That's basically how that goes. And for the last thing on this, it would be the guild boss. Now the guild boss, it is basically a DPS. It's a DPS check. How much damage can your your alliance do? Unfortunately, I don't know why it does not keep what your alliance did the last week or even yesterday, but it doesn't. So just bear with me. A lot of this is there's a way to cheese this. I will break that down a little bit more, but basically it's just who can out DPS who the majority of the time. It has one phase. The one phase is like a shield. You have to break that shield. And the second phase is you have to knock down the health of the guild boss. But for a lot of newcomers that's going to come in, a lot of new alliances that's going to be made, it scales to what you have in there. So every time you go to the second phase, he's always going to feel like just a damage sponge. No matter, you can have an alliance full of 1 million whales. It will still take them like 5 minutes to knock down that guild boss because it scales with it. So don't get discouraged if you feel like you're not doing that much damage. Now, when I do these reviews, I do have to give the negatives of the game, right? The biggest negatives I have of this game is the marketing. The marketing, man. The marketing, right? Right? Like, man, let me shirt this up a little bit better, right? Let's do some lighting things. There we go, right? I think the marketing of this game was very, very terrible. I know people heard of this game just by a word of mouth because of the way the first beta went, and some people didn't like it. But it kind of left a bad taste in some people's mouth. But I think a lot of people are softening up to this game now. I feel like more people are coming in. But again, the marketing was very terrible for this game, both for the launch and also both for the Discord. Yeah, next time we can clean that up just a little bit more. Just a little bit more, we can clean that up, right? Because this game has all the potential in the world to be one of the next big things, and I'm not taking that lightly. I'm serious. If this game can get more marketing into it, if people can actually advertise the Discord more, dude, this game could easily explode for how easy accessible it is. We have NA with like 3 servers. I think somebody said there was like 3 servers with queues in it. So people are playing the game and they're trying the game, and people are actually sticking with the game, which is fantastic. So whatever you guys gotta do, market the freaking game if you have to. Now, another thing that is a negative to me is due to how free-to-play friendly this game can be, and due to it being a original IP, so they can't really bank on having an Iron Man or a Batman or maybe some Meliodas, right, to bring people in, because nobody really knows these characters. These characters don't have names or anything such as that, so they have to find ways to make money if their base game is free-to-play. What does that mean? Holy crap, are the events in this game pay to win, my guy? Jesus Christ. Like, dude, oh my god. One of my alliance mates, it took them, what'd she say? $150 just to get a skin in this event, bro. Yeah, man, just to get one skin. Not even like all of the skins, bro. It's just like one skin, and then it was like a bow that glows, I guess, but like $150. That is insane. I don't know how I feel about that, because like I said, the whole game itself is very free to play friendly, but maybe let's do something about these events, make them a little less greedy if possible. If you want to have us pay for them, like, I have no problem paying straight up, but the fact that you're paying for the RNG is what's killing me, because I got a balloon mount from the last event, and it only took me like 5 pulls, and I knew whales who had to just go like the whole full throttle the whole thing, and they were just like, dude, you got it in 5. Like, I guess if your RNG is in you, you can be free to play and maybe get it at one shot, maybe, But yeah, I'm just not the biggest fan of that. And then the last thing, again, this is just me and my little big whale talk. We're going past that 20-minute mark. So this is going to be the last thing I talk about. Is we have pools and we have banners. We all know what banners are, right? Yeah, you have enough time. Why are the banners only 4 days? They give you 4 days to pull on a banner, dude. And it's ridiculous because it's like, it makes some people, like, there's no need for a 4-day banner, honestly. Let's keep it 100. Because then at that point, you're kind of forcing people, like, do I pull on this banner as quick as possible, or do I eat? Now you got people choosing, whereas versus if you got 2 weeks of a banner, now you have somebody that's like, okay, I can spend this much with this paycheck, and then the next paycheck that comes, I can spend the rest there. Now when you have 4 days on the banner, now you're just making somebody like, I gotta spend this whole paycheck here, which does not make sense in the very lightest, because at that point you're just gonna make somebody be like, F this, why would I even want to spend on this banner? I'm not even gonna get the character. So indirectly you're losing more money having a 4-day banner versus maybe like a 15-day banner or a 14-day banner, hell, even a 7-day banner. And if you're going to make it a 4-day banner, listen here, this is what I can say. I'm going to play devil advocate for you. If you're going to make it a 4-day banner, then you need to let people know when that banner is going to drop, and you let them need to know how far away is it from that banner, okay? Because, like, dude, you gotta give people something to work with here. Because the way that the first banner went with the twins that I just showed you guys, that one felt like an absolutely shit show. Honestly, if it was longer than 4 days, I'm pretty sure my twins would be like maybe like 3 red stars. But since it was only 4 days, I didn't have enough time to recuperate the money that I needed to push them that far. So unfortunately, I'm sitting here, which was tragic. So all around, I think this is one of the best games I've ever played on mobile for a while. I like the combat. I like the fairies. I like the way that the monetization is set up. Man, I think that this game can definitely go the mileage. It can definitely hit new heights as long as the devs stay on their P's and Q's. And we get some more advertising for the game. Please, let's get some more advertising for the game. I mean, like, actual advertising. Let's not just post things on Facebook, Twitter, and just like, hey, come here. Like, no, do actual activity events in RRL or something. Maybe at like an anime convention. Maybe have a stand for the game. Have people come there to look at it. Maybe hire a celebrity promote the game. Something. Do what Tower of Fantasy did, man. Just go all out on the advertisement, man. I promise you, people are going to play this game and they're going to love it. All right, that's my closing statement. This game is fantastic, and I'm happy to bring content for it. I'm definitely going to stick with it for a while. Until then, take care. It's the boy King CJ. I'm out. Peace.